Welcome back to American Girl Collectors. So today we're going to do another DIY activity kit, a do-it-yourself project. So we've already done one round of all the activity kits. Doll photo shoot we finished, so we don't need to go back to that one. We finished it in one upload. But now today we're going to go do doll start, and we're going to look at the following DIYs. So let's go ahead and get into it. All these things is what comes in the activity kit. From what I noticed, this activity kit comes with big projects. Some of them are smaller ones, but I could tell this one is a really big one. From what I can tell, there were 4 big projects we're going to do today. And some of these I've already popped out and done. For example, this one would have been a guitar. I've already DIY'd that. It's actually in one of my doll sets. So if you're wondering where all these pop-up went, that's because I've already made them. So I'm going to put this stuff aside. Actually, first let's look at the book, and then we'll see what we have to do. So we've already looked at the front and the back of the activity kit the first time we looked at this activity kit. So there's a picture over here of a girl holding a star. It says doll star. Create lots of ways to play on stage. An introduction for the book. Tips on how to stay clean and take care of everything that you're doing and using when you're doing the projects. This one we did last time. We did the guitars and the drum set and the amp. So let's look at the next page. So as you can tell, there are 3 projects here, but it's actually 4 projects. It's really big. What we have to do, if you read the instructions, it wants us to do this silver part in the back. It's like a coat hanger. It's behind the 2 dolls, you could tell. That's what we're going to have to DIY. We're also going to have to DIY this little makeup box, this over here. We're going to have to DIY this big mirror that has lights on it that you hold up in the background. And then this, it looks like a type of locker meets small wardrobe. So I'm going to go ahead and put this all aside, and I'm going to show you one project at a time. So this is the first DIY project. From what we can tell in the picture, it's a silver stand with a bar along it, and they have these coat hangers hanging off of it. This is how I made it. What you're going to need is some paper towel rolls or even toilet paper rolls. For this one, I ended up using 3 toilet paper rolls on each end, so 6 of them, and I just glued them together, so it's pretty tall. If you want to know the length of that, it's actually 12 inches long on both sides, and the box is actually 4 inches, but I'm using a standard soap box, so it's about 4 inches tall. You're going to want one for each end. Over here they use something circular, but I thought a box would work really well. So you're going to want 2 of those boxes, and then that's 4 inches and then 12 inches high. And these coat hangers I actually buy for myself whenever I buy like my shorts or something. Sometimes like at Walmart or whatever, they give you the coat hangers when you buy clothes. That's where I get them from. But and then of course you're going to want to wrap it in tin foil. You can use hot glue and scissors. So this one is the first DIY. It's a coat hanger, and the American Girl coat hangers, from what I noticed, aren't as wide at the top. You could go ahead and make the paper towel roll thinner, but that is an extra step if you're willing to do it. But if you have these coat hangers that you get from the store, then they'll work. So yeah, you need the paper towel rolls or toilet paper rolls, and then a bar of soap. The width of the top bar up here is actually 20 inches, so it could actually fill a lot of things if you're hanging it off there. So that's the first DIY project. Let's go ahead and look at another one. So the next DIY project is supposed to be this mirror in the background. This is the way I did it. What I used was some cardboard, some tin foil, some paint, and some hot glue. And then I also added this little shoelace at the back so that you could hang it. And for the the yellow circles, I just used this yellow paper and I made it to look like light bulbs. You could hang it. So if I hang it like that, it'll look like a mirror for your dolls. And I chose yellow lights because it looks more realistic. That's how they had it in the picture. But that's supposed to be a mirror that you hang. I did paint it with white paint. And yeah, so that was pretty easy, that one. The way I did this one was that you don't exactly have to measure it specifically. It really just matters on how big you want it. So it doesn't really need to be exactly a size for a doll. It's up to you. So that was the second DIY project. Let's go ahead and look at the third one. So this other DIY project is actually a really nice one. So over here, it looks like it's like a little box with a mirror, and they also have these little circles and stuff like that. American Girl provided this in the activity kit. I did save some of them. They have a whole bunch here. I did already make some of these. So what I had used was some cardboard with pink construction paper, and I just glued the circles on it, and it says Pee-wee Press. So it's supposed to look like makeup, I guess, but I did save a sheet. What I used for this one was a box. This box was actually cat food. It's smaller than this box, but it really depends on what box you want for your doll size. So it doesn't have to be specifically a certain size. It's up to you how big you want it. But the way I did it was that I had used 4 soap boxes at the bottom, 4 of them, and then a toothpaste box at the back. So that's actually like 5 boxes, 4 soap ones and then toothpaste one. And then I had opened up the cat food box, and I had painted it white. And on the inside I had put tin foil. I had layered it inside to sort of look like a mirror. And then over here I had another box, another soap box, but I had cut it in half, and I had made 2 of them because when you cut it in half there's 2. So, and those I glued on top of the other ones. So now they look like a little place to put makeup. I know I did confuse you, but I'm going to go ahead and try to explain it. 4 soap boxes at the bottom, 1 toothpaste box at the back, 1 medium-sized box that you can find on top, tin foil, and then another box cut in half for 2 spaces. This little brush was actually a paintbrush, but because it was so small, it kind of looks like a doll makeup brush. So, and of course I used hot glue and I painted it with white paint. So that was the third DIY. It is a cute little makeup thing for your dolls. Now let's go ahead and show that one. So this DIY, I actually altered it a bit. In the picture, it looks sort of half the doll size, but I at doll school already had made a locker for my dolls, and I noticed how convenient it is, so I decided to make it a bit taller than it shows in the picture, but it's still sort of the same concept. I used one of these soda can boxes because that's actually a perfect size for a doll locker or for one of these wardrobe things. So I had painted it in white with this paint. And then I also used hot glue. I layered the inside with pink tissue paper, but you can really just continue painting it whatever color you want. On this side they have a mirror, but I used some more tin foil to make it look like that. I added a shelf, and then with some cardboard. And then I also added some little things that the dolls would use. I just put this like toy blow dryer, this toy little makeup thing, but my dolls can pretty much put bigger things in here, so I can use it for anything really, but this is what I have in here so far. And they could open and close it, but they could just leave it open so that the mirror is there. So this, like I said, this one doesn't have to be any size. You could make it short or tall. I made it taller, the picture is shorter. So now I'm going to show all the DIYs together. So that was it for today's do-it-yourself projects. There were actually 4 projects from Doll Star by Truly Me American Girls DIY collection. They have a whole bunch of them, so they're lots of fun to look through. We made a mirror, a coat rack hanger, a wardrobe little closet locker, and a makeup holder.